Good morning guys. This morning we're going to do the Monk's Wood Circular, which is not far outside Maidstone. It's been raining non-stop for the last couple of days, so let's see how we go. Let's get on it. Right, so here we are. It's a breezy morning. It's clearly very muddy already. You know, we've had at least 3 days of pretty much non-stop rain, so it's pretty muddy, pretty wet, pretty. It's not very nice, to be fair. Very nearly didn't come out and do this walk today, but you know, needs doing. So here we are. A nice short trail exploring Monk Wood and heading through farmland back to the trail and via Hill Road. This is a great trail to stretch the legs and get away from the stresses of everyday life. There is minimal elevation change, making it ideal for a forest run. You'll find a pub near the trailhead for those eager for refreshments afterwards. Reviewers mention beautiful bluebells and a scenic walk despite muddy conditions. Challenges include muddy trails and some small hills. Waterproof boots and a jacket are recommended. And this pub down here, I believe it's called the Robin Hood. I don't think it's open today, which is unfortunate, or maybe it's just not open yet, maybe it's a bit early. But I just need to try and make sure I'm meant to be walking down here rather than by the pub itself. I'll be honest with you, I'm definitely missing the summer. It seems like a lifetime ago since we were walking around in t-shirts and shorts and enjoying all the beautiful sights. And we've still got winter to come yet, like proper winter. I feel like this is the calm before the storm, all this rainy wet weather, but it'll come soon enough and then it'll be really cold. It might dry out a little bit, it might turn to snow, but either way, we've got a long way to go until those lovely warm summer months come back. The moss growing on these trees. Oh, got a fallen tree here, a widow maker as they call them. Question is, can we get round it? The mud here is absolutely mental. I mean, it's not unexpected, but nonetheless, it's pretty thick. And slippery. What I try and do is whenever I can, I'll just go to the side of the path where the leaves are, and that helps you gain a bit of traction, because this mud is just slippery, isn't it? I read some of the reviews that for this walk, and a lot of people were talking about scramblers and trail bikes come flying down here like motorbikes, and you can see You can see the tyre tracks in the mud. Oh God, this is hard work. Oh God. Right. Hold on. I mean, this is as muddy as it gets. Oh. Really don't want to end up I really don't want to end up on my arse in this mud, but I've got a sneaky suspicion that it could be in the post. Got some sheep over here, I think. Go and have a look. If for nothing else, no other reason, then it's a bit drier. Yeah, got some sheep here. Hello. Hello, sheep. Well, at least they're hello. At least they're prepared for the wind and the cold. They probably don't go wandering around in the middle of the woods. I actually didn't know about this route until a couple of days ago. Probably don't go wandering around in the middle of the woods. I actually didn't know about this route until a couple of days ago when I think they keep adding to it. I think all trails keep adding to the routes, which is really good. But yeah, I didn't know about this one until a couple of days ago. Look at this. I don't know if I'm going to get through this. This could be a situation similar to the last film, where it becomes nigh on impossible to traverse, shall we say. I need to pick a path, so to speak. Okay. Hang on. So we are supposed to be going straight on here. It's trying to stay on the side of the driest bit is the issue. And now I'm getting caught up in the in the brambles. So that's what we're going to do. I'll climb over this bit. And if it's our lucky day, we might have made it through. Oh God. Wow. That was hard work. I won't lie. That was That was tricky. Things I'll do for this channel. Now it's I believe it's meant to be a 4.7 kilometre hike, this one, which should take just over an hour, but I feel like it's going to take a little bit longer than that because you can't walk as quick. I think we've got another fallen tree here that's blocking the path. Oh, yep. Okay. Now, well, oh God. All right, well, everything's going to need cleaning when I get home, I know that. The problem is, if you're on a really muddy terrain like this, it's going to be sticky as hell. And you've got a bag on your back and you're holding a camera in your hand, and that's always going to, you know, that's always going to hurt your balance. So, because I'm absolutely caked in mud now. Completely caked. Everything is caked. My hands, my clothes, the camera. But on we trot. It's yeah, I mean, you've got to laugh really, because what else can you do? I think this one's going to be less of an interesting walk through the countryside with sights and the sounds of nature, and more a bit of a comedy of me just falling over. Yeah, it's raining now, and now we have more of this. Right, so somehow now we've got to try and just get past this bit without landing in it, which, when you're just slipping and sliding everywhere, isn't the easiest thing in the world. I mean, in a weird sort of way, it's actually quite fun, you know. All this silliness takes me back to being a kid, getting absolutely covered in mud, falling over everywhere. It does take you back. I mean, this path is absolutely torn up. You can see everywhere you go, you can see bike tracks. So, as the reviews say, it's all very, I think it's much more used by bikers than hikers. This one, but so I know I keep going out of frame. It's not as easy to walk as it was back in the summer. Tell you what, when I get back to the car and put everything away, I think that's going to need a valet too, or valet, I should say, because that's going to get coated in all the mud that's on everything else. Feel like we're deeper in the woods now, and just for the minute there's slightly less mud and puddles, but I know that I'm going to regret saying that in about 2 minutes. I have to say it was quite a spectacular fall. Hopefully I caught the whole thing on camera for you to laugh at, you to have a little giggle. There I go again. Right, this is awkward. Oh, I'm sinking. I actually was sinking then. Hang on, what's happened here? Oh. You can see for yourself just how muddy it is. Hold on to that, shall we? I'm pretty sure that I'm unlikely to see many more people on this one today. Surely I'm the only one crazy enough to do this. I don't even know if I'm on the right path anymore. I need to stop and check the old app. Let's have a look. Oh God. Yeah, it says I've taken a wrong turn. Fortunately, not by too far. I should have taken a turning further back here, but I don't remember seeing one. So, apparently there's a turning up here on the left. I guess I must have walked straight past it. It's funny, I've got that feeling again that... Oh, here it is. I've got that feeling again that I'm being watched from the woods. But like I say, if anyone's hanging around in this, they must be madder than me. I'm sure this will be an absolutely lovely walk in the height of summer. But I won't lie, right now, it's less than lovely. I mean, this is crazy. Although, for a minute or two, at least, we're out of the thickest of the mud, because we're sort of hanging around on some very thick leaf carpet. And look, there's even a tree, one tree, two trees, smack in the middle of all this. Right. I have to keep recentering the app because I keep losing my place in them on the path. Keep losing where I'm supposed to be. Right, this is our path here. How tall these trees are. It's completely it's a completely dead wood. Right, more puddles. More puddles which we could do without. The problem is with this kind of weather and this kind of absolutely soaked terrain is that getting out to make content is becoming increasingly difficult. It's not so much not liking the weather, it's just being able to walk in it. You know, if all you're going to do is sink and fall over and risk breaking all your kit, and then it's kind of, it makes you want to do it less, to be fair. So, like I say to you every week, if you've got any other suggestions of what we can do, I mean, it's not your job to run the channel, I'm not trying to put it all on you, but if there's anything else you'd like to see that can give us a break from the walks for a little bit, do let us know. Because, you know, we want to keep the channel going, we want to keep making the films, but it's getting increasingly difficult simply because of where we are. I don't know if it's different in, say, the Peak District or Dartmoor or the North York Moors. I don't know if the terrain there is different, so it's easier to walk around in the rain. Kent is very muddy. It's all woods and paths through woods, so it's and fields, so it's very, very muddy. So I don't know. We almost need some gravel tracks, things like that, places with chalk or gravel that you can walk through. Anyway, there's some big old trees over there come down. Just double check the old map before we walk off. I mean, come the summer, I know I say this sometimes, but come the summer, I'm sure this would be a fantastic place for a wild camp. You could really hide yourself and, you know, stay out of everyone's way and have a really cool experience. So we've got about half an hour now, just over half an hour, and we've done 1.5 kilometres of the 4.5. So I don't know how much quicker it would have been in the summer when it was easier to walk in it, but like it's getting muddier again just here. You can see tracks, bike tracks. That keeps happening as well. I keep tripping, I get caught up in the brambles. You wouldn't have been underneath that when that came down, would you? That's a big old tree. You can see why they call them widow makers. I'm sort of almost looking forward to seeing how covered in mud I am when I get back to the car. I mean, the boots are absolutely covered. There's no leather on show. It's all just mud. But and I know one leg of my trousers are gone. Yeah. It's still nice to be out amongst it though. I feel like if you can drag yourself up out of a nice warm house and make the effort to go out, you know, unless you have a terrible disaster, you're never going to have a bad walk. It's like you're never going to have a bad session at the gym, are you? Because you always come out feeling better for it. And it's going to be lovely to get home and have a nice hot shower, something to eat, a cup of coffee, that kind of thing, you know. Get all these clothes cleaned. I can hear the motorway off there in the distance. I think it's the M2. I'm not sure which way we're facing now, whether we're facing London or Maidstone, but apart from those sheep, we haven't seen any birds or animals, have we? Yeah. It's getting a little bit more, or a little less treacherous than it was at the start. It feels a little easier to walk in, but as always, I don't want to speak too soon because you know how that has a habit of going terribly wrong. It's also quite a nice day now. It stopped raining. The sun's out. It's not too cold. Yeah, I think I'd like to do this one again right in the middle of the summer because I think this will be a lovely route to do. I think in this kind of weather, this one's only for the hardcore that have got got a bit of a death wish. actually see if I'll see if my face is all covered in mud now. Because yeah. So we're coming up to the halfway mark, and it's, I think it's what turns back, and because like I say, it's a full circle, so it just does a full circle through the wood, and then you whoop, and then you somehow end up back where you started. But I'll tell you what, if you didn't have, before I turn, I'll go straight. Oh my God, I swear to God, I just thought I saw a wolf standing there, facing me. And it's some fern leaves. My goodness. That was a hairy moment. No, so we want to carry on straight. Well, I'm quite thankful for these leaves because, as I said earlier, they do give you some traction over the mud. So this is an absolutely beautiful woods. It's thick, but it's open. So it's a lovely place to walk. And as I keep saying, I'm sure in the spring, summer months, I've heard that there's bluebells in the spring. And people come here to see the bluebells. So if that's your cup of tea, then looks like somebody's been doing donuts in the is it donuts in the mud. So yeah, if that's your cup of tea, bluebells and beautiful lush woodland, this is probably one for you in the summer. I'm hearing the rain. It's a shame that there's that motorway so close, because I'm sure it'd sound amazing in here. but all you can really hear is the sound of traffic. But not a lot you can do about that. I'm sure once upon a time, 300-400 years ago, it would have been lovely here. Nothing but the sound of nature. Well, I've gone off the trail somehow. I need to be over this way. Well, this is going to be fun. Oh God. I think I said in the last film that my fitness levels had dropped quite a lot through not doing as many walks since getting back from Scotland. I think I said in the last film that my fitness levels had dropped a bit through not doing as many. Oh, I could have easily fallen backwards there. Not doing as many walks since returning from the Scotland trip. And it's gone to show me how just doing 1 or 2 1-hour walks a week raises your level of fitness almost without you noticing. But then as soon as you stop, you're back at square one. So, you know, I know I'm not reinventing the wheel here, but it really is a case of little and often, and a little bit of consistency. If getting fit and healthy is your goal, let's just make sure where we are. Right. So, yeah. We're well over we're well over the halfway mark. And we've got just over 2 kilometres to go. I know somebody a while back asked me about why I do everything in kilometres rather than miles. And the simple answer is because I don't know the conversion, and I've been too lazy to look it up. So obviously we're walking today off the back of a couple of storms. What was the last one called? Storm Bert or something, which I would imagine is why there's quite a lot of trees down. Hopefully it doesn't decide to start up again while we're out. I can hear some, the wind's blowing a little bit, and I can see and hear some trees knocking. So that's not really where you want to be. And it's also getting muddier again, so it's slowing me down. The last thing you want is to be under a load of tall and thin swaying trees that are cracking into each other, because if they come down you're not going to know about it. Yep, here comes the mud and the rain. Oh God. Just as I thought I got away with it. Sorry if I keep going out of shot, but it's quite difficult to traverse all this mud and stay in focus. Oh God, just keeps sliding everywhere. Right, how am I going to do this one? Yeah. Yeah. Sure, we can't be much further. Yeah. You can't walk through that. Honestly, you can't, you literally, your foot just slides underneath you. There's nothing to grip onto. Oh dear. Now, this is the problem we've got here. Question you have to ask yourself is, if all this has come down, is any more due to come down as well? Just because the storm's over doesn't mean the trees haven't become damaged and are ready to go. So you do really need to think long and hard. Even that resting on that branch, that big branch resting on the smaller branch, if that smaller branch decides to give up, I mean, you'd have to be pretty unlucky to be underneath it right at that exact moment, but you know, it does happen. Is that some sort of quarry? It's hard to tell through the trees. It might even be the Medway. Hang on. Well, that goes to show how bad my eyes are. I thought it was a river, and it's actually a field. I think it's the field where we saw those sheep earlier. And that wind's picking up. So we don't want to be in here much longer, if I'm honest. We want to get out of here as soon as we can. Now, oh, there we go again. Hang on a minute. Oh my goodness. It's the backpack. You see, it pulls you back. I actually don't know where we are now. Well, by the look of it, this is where we need to go, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced I'm going to make it over here without landing on my arse again. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Just do it. Oh my God. Alright, have a look at that. I swear to you, they are the most waterproof boots I've ever known. Oh. I won't lie, there's been some hairy moments on this one. I think, if I'm honest, I'm going to have to think of some better content, or some different content. We really need this rain to stop. In a way, we need it to get cold and dry, because you can't hike in this rain. It's or the aftermath. How do you say it? Anyway, you can't walk in that. It's a bit crazy, and sooner or later you're going to end up in trouble. You will come a cropper, if not on day one, then one day you'll end up getting properly stuck in it. And so well, that was a lively one, wasn't it? All I can say is bring back the summer. They were much more fun, those summer walks, to do anyway. I mean, sure there's some comedy value in these to be had by you viewers, but yeah, I mean, look, I'm absolutely coated in it. There's a horse. Hello, mate. Hello, boys. Let's see if I can. Hello. You alright? Bless him. Bless him. Right, we've got 1k to go. That wind's picking up. Fortunately, it hasn't started raining yet, but the clouds are gathering. I think it's due to rain again at about 4 o'clock this afternoon. And it's, I think it's just gone about lunchtime, but about 12. So hopefully we're going to avoid the rain. I didn't see any bikers, but I think, if I'm honest, you'd be absolutely crazy to go out on your bike in this weather. Certainly through those woods. And not sure if it's picking up, or if the mic's picking it up, but the wind certainly is. So, in all honesty, I want to be off this path and back in the car as soon as possible, because there's all these trees overhead, and any one of them could snap and come down. So, the quicker we're out of here, the better. I mean, it's random, but there you go. As you walk past one of these big trees, and you hear that sort of uptick in the wind, where it starts really blowing hard. It's a little bit scary. All you've got to do is catch one dodgy branch and ride away down there. We've got about 500 metres to go. Some more lovely horses over here. Mate. Oh, it's cold. So we're just coming up to the end, and as always, I want to thank you for joining us. It's been an interesting one. I wouldn't say it's been the best, but it's been interesting. Hopefully you got a few laughs out of me falling over. But yeah, thanks for joining us as always. And until next time, stay safe.